On to the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment was an extension of the scientific revolution. The scientific revolution, as we said before, was that time period where people were using the scientific method to think about the world in a very systematic, step-by-step way, to learn more about the world in a way that it was based on experimenting and observing what was happening. And the Enlightenment was an extension of those questions, questioning the world, this idea of skepticism. I'm skeptical of these things that I've accepted for so long. I want to know why I believe what I believe. And so Enlightenment thinkers often question the natural order of the universe and of religion, and how people related with other people, with society, and with government. It started developing during a time of war and religious strife, all the craziness after the Reformation, and then scientific and technological advancement. You still have Europe growing as both a global military and economic power, and this is just an extension of it. As people have more time to think, they have more time to think about how things can be better. And that's what a lot of these thinkers tried to go to. They rejected authority and wanted people to think for themselves. So they questioned the rule of government, why people ruled the way that they did. They also questioned human nature. Are people inherently good, or are people inherently bad? You know, given the choice, are people going to always do good, or will people always do bad and do their own thing? And they also question legitimacy of rule. Why does a certain person get to be in charge? But now people are questioning even that, even the right of monarchs who were said to be placed in rule by God. And one of the ideas of the Enlightenment was the belief that humans would advance over time, that as time continued, people would be learning more, they'd be doing more, creating more. And there was a period of growth that would continue exponentially after this point in time. This is very different from thinking beforehand, where during the Greek and Roman and biblical times, people would consider those to be the height of human advancement. This is where all of the great stuff had happened, and we'll never reach that same point again. Now it's different. Now people are thinking that what they're doing is worthwhile, and that people will continue to kind of take the torch and take that on into the years following. And the Enlightenment especially is really important for American history. A lot of the ideas about our own government, the ways our Constitution is set up, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, all get their ideas from the Enlightenment. A lot of the early thinkers would study the documents and the thinkers that we'll look at in just a little bit during the American Revolution, and would use those ideas to build up what would eventually become a new nation, build up to be where we are now, how our government, how our society is set up now, and how we're able to have the rights that we do. The Enlightenment also brought a new view on religion, specifically deism, the belief that there was a supreme being, there was someone bigger than everything else that existed, but that he did not intervene with the universe. He's kind of a divine watchmaker, where he makes the watch and he winds it, gets all the gears set up, but then the watch keeps ticking on its own. It doesn't really need to be messed with because it's going to keep ticking on its own. And the watchmaker idea came up later in the Enlightenment, during the 17th and 18th centuries, especially.